Okay, today is October 23rd, and this is what I have so far. This is the smaller garden. I got some transplanted turnips right here, and then a few transplanted beets. I didn't do too many beets in transplants. I did a mostly direct seed, but I put the transplants right here. I just put down some radish seeds. I didn't cover them yet. You might be able to see some of the seeds, like right there. But I got about 2/3 of a row of that. So that row right there hasn't been planted all the way yet, but that's romaine lettuce. I got a couple Simpson lettuces that I transplanted, but one of them don't look to be doing too spiffy, but that other one's doing pretty well. We'll see. And the rest of this row is planted in, this is sugar peas and snow peas, and then I planted some English peas on that row, and right at the end some kale, but it don't look too good. It was some nasty looking transplants. We'll see what happens. And then this is some pole beans that I put down early. I should have put the sugar peas and the snow peas and the English peas down when I put these down, but it was hot, and I don't know, it's a little late in the winter season to be putting that down, but you know, give it a try, let it go. If it works, it works. Here's those green onions. Boy, did they really come up. And here's a few more that I put down right there. Boy, they really came up. And the garlic is looking really nice that I planted. It's just a few of them, you know, just what we had left over in the refrigerator. Some of that had been in the refrigerator for almost a year. This is some old green onions that I put down, and the cilantro I planted never came up. There's some old seeds though from the last video, this being October 23rd. It's been a while, but the heat really did a number. I planted early and it didn't work out too well. Some things worked, some things didn't, most things didn't. But I got some stuff ahead of schedule, and then some stuff is going to come later. I have a few seedlings of Brussels sprouts down, but I got some more coming. You know, they look all right. I put that little white on there. That's some 7 dust I put on there because the bugs were already starting to hurt me. Here's one lone little Brussels sprout at the end I put down. That looks good. That's a good looking plant right there. And then a few cabbages. I haven't gotten all the transplants in the ground. I'm kind of staggering. And man, for some reason I must have seeded a bunch of cauliflower at first. Well, it looks raggedy, but it might come back. See how it's laying there? But there, it's quite a few of them on this row. So this whole row is almost done, and I got some more transplants to come. So I only have enough spot for about another 3, maybe 4 more. Right here, this is some Simpson lettuce. It looks like it's coming up. Huh, that's coming up. It didn't come up the first time, but then it came up to there, and then something happened. It just stopped. So that's plenty enough though. Whatever happens, happens. This is the turnips, and they're looking fine. They got a couple of bad spots, but that's all right. I'll come and push a few more seeds in the ground and have them staggered a little bit, coming up at different times. Or not. That should be enough for my family and whoever. Now this row, this is the carrots. I planted that way early, but they do have a number of them. I got to get in here and weed. I've been working so much, I don't have any time to come out here during daylight. This is the first time in like 2 or 3 weeks I had during daylight, maybe 1 or 2 days, but I'm gonna come weed. But they got carrots coming up in there. Not enough. I'm gonna come and disperse some more seeds throughout here once I finish weeding this. But you can see, I mean, even with this, that's gonna be, it doesn't look like a whole bunch, but that's gonna be a pretty good hefty bit of carrots coming up. The beets came up And then something just came through and ate the tops off of them. Some kind of bug loves beets around here. So I have to come and replant. And I got some restarts all over here. And I'm gonna come and weed, but that's some old one right there. And that's an old one right there. These is new. Some of the old ones made it, but a lot of them died because something clipped. You can see that's an old one, and something just clipped the top off of it. See that? I don't know, but that's why I got the 7. See, that's an old one. See how it's all eaten down? That's some old ones. They're doing all right. This one's doing all right. I gotta come in here and weed. Something happened. Something happened. Oh, the root still feels good, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. You know, not anymore. It won't. That's an old one. You know, see, it's kind of. And I put fertilizer on, you know, a little bit. Look, down at the end where it stays wet, cool. So, but even there, look, see how this got eaten up. But I planted some more, so we'll see what happens. This some kale I direct seeded. That's a lacinato kale. Boy, that come up. I don't need too many kale plants because that persists. And it's like come again kind of stuff. So it came up. There's some pak choi. I planted little bitty tiny seedlings and they're doing just fine. They're doing just fine. Them tiny seedlings are. Then the spinach, hardly any spinach came up before. And now there's some. Look. Something ate the top of it. I can tell. There's some. And it came up pretty well. The pine needles is falling on them. Look, that one looks like it got clipped. But it's coming up much better. Now that it got cooler, the spinach is really making a show now. Good. Good. So it's doing all right. Onions I planted way too early. They got a few that's still there somewhere. Not many. They had a few of them came up, but the hot weather just didn't do them any good. There's one right there. And they got a few sporadics. Look, that's 2 back to back. I never did onions before. There's one. And I planted too early. But I got a lot of seedlings, not a lot, but a few, and I'm gonna transplant them when they're good and ready a little bit later. How they supposed to be? I guess how they supposed to be next couple weeks from now. Oh, there's a nice one. So that's it. That's the main garden. I still got room to plant. I planted romaine lettuce. It looks like some of it's starting to come up, but it really didn't really come up. I don't direct seeding that didn't work out too well this time. The first time it came up in gangbusters, then they all died. This time they didn't come up, I'd say at all. Direct seeding. I don't know what the heck happened here. But in the pots, I got, you saw the first garden. That's enough for me and my family to have. And I don't need a whole big terrible amount. But these right here, these little, they just took off. I mean, they look small, but they were way small when I put them in. They just taking off now that they got in the ground. And that's broccolis. That's broccolis right there. Something got one of them and clipped it. But these were bigger transplants. These were bigger transplants. This one that got clipped. That one, you can see how leggy it was. That's one of them leggy ones, but it's gonna do. That was a good one. And then these were little small transplants. Tiny, 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 tiny. And they're gonna come along. Same with the Brussels sprouts. And then I got some better looking transplants that'll be ready in a little while. So I'll show them to you next. This here is the last of the transplants I'm gonna have. They looking pretty good. Some of this grow media, I took some advice from a guy at work. He bought some and said it was real cheap. This mix right here, that's just not good. That's onions came up in there and they work all right, but everything else worked terrible. Look, these been transplanted for a while. That don't grow in there. It's too much woody matter and that don't work. So you got to transplant them real small, which I'm gonna do. But these I can let go. And there's some more. What that is? That's Brussels sprouts, snowball cauliflower. I don't need no more of that. Cabbage, I want more of that. So I got a few more. Broccoli, I love broccoli. Oh man, is that more cauliflower? No, that's kale. Just a couple more kales. And then I got, here's some onions coming along. They doing okay, not tremendously well, but they doing okay. And then let's see, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and I hope that last one's cabbage. God dog it, cauliflower too. I went crazy with the cauliflower. So maybe not gonna have as much cabbage as I need. I could probably put some more seeds in and do them. Let's see. Cabbage, they'll probably do. And Brussels sprouts, those will probably do. Between these little bitty tiny ones, there's 6 of them right there, and a few more of them in other spots. So, but I got enough of everything to get me going and keep me in business. All right, well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's November 1st, and I've had an issue with the beans out here. Some critter got in and clipped, and that's a rabbit that clips on an angle like that. Came in and just, you see how it's cut on that 45-degree angle? That's a rabbit. Came in and clipped most of them. So, right when they were starting to flower, maybe put out some beans. That one's still alive, but clipped most of them. I got snow peas and English peas coming up. That's a full row of that's snow pea. This is, no, that's sugar pea. This is snow pea. I think it's basically the same thing. And this right here is some English peas. I don't know if they're gonna do anything, you know. I really don't, because it got cold this year fast, of course. Who knows? Got a couple kales on the end of this row. Today is November 1st, by the way. That's 3 kale. I'll put on the end of this one lacinato kale. See what that does. This whole row, well, not whole row, but this majority of this row, that's some radishes I put down. And then a few beets. These were transplants. This one don't look like it's doing too well. Then turnips. Turnips are really growing. Romaine lettuce, doing all right. Got a couple Simpson lettuces on the end here. That little bitty tiny one. That one's doing all right. So that's this garden. Try and get rid of that rabbit that's getting in here. Going underneath, obviously. Anyway, that's what you gotta live with. on to the next garden. Alright, here's the main garden. And I pretty much got everything planted I wanted to plant. I came through here and I tried to weed. It's been so hard to get time off. And I put down some carrot seeds early. Some of them came up, but then it was still kind of hot, and I put some more seeds down. So I'm hoping some of this is carrots coming up again, some new carrots in between. But as you can see, there's some carrots already from the first batch that's doing pretty well enough. I gotta come in and weed so much of this, but I want to let it come up. I gotta weed and let it come up. But we got some cool temps now. I mean, it's like 53 degrees right here right now. That's crazy that that's cool weather came on. We had some massive rain too, massive rain. So I think some of that's carrots I see coming up, germinating in there. So yeah, it's definitely carrots. But again, it's kind of sporadic. But you know, I'll have enough to do something. Yeah, I'll have enough. And then the beets, I have to do the same thing, replant them. But when that rain came through, you see how it beats them down? It beats the beets down. But I got some, and then something's eating them, because there's one that's been eaten down. It's like some kind of bug must be eating them. But I got a pretty good bit of beets coming up, but they're not growing too wonderfully well. So I'm gonna have to hit them with some fertilizer, and I definitely got to get in here and weed. I just need to find time off from work is what I need. But you gotta work to pay to play. So I don't know. Throwing them right back in there. But I got pretty good beets coming up. It's pretty good. And we'll see. The beets are taking, like, this is some of the older beet, and that's pretty good size there. That's pretty good size plant. But comparably, well, there's one that was beaten down. Stay your butt up. The rain just beat them down. So, I mean, I got some good beet growth coming on. But these turnips really just, that's direct seeded, and they just really blew up. Now again, the lettuce, I direct seeded again lettuce, pelleted romaine lettuce. The first time it came up, and the only one I'm seeing, I see one right there. I really don't see any. Well, yes, maybe, yeah. That might be two more, but it really didn't come up too great. And then I did see some of this black seeded Simpsons. There's one, there's two. That rain just really beat them down. They sprouted and then really didn't do nothing. So, well, whatever. The early onions I planted, they got some in there. I think I counted 5 from about 20 or 30 that came up that made it. I mean, there's a few sporadic in there, but not many at all. But I do have some transplants that I'm gonna hopefully do all right with, that I seeded in seed tray. Yeah, that really didn't do too well. The spinach is starting to do something, but then again, it sprouted up, and then kind of thin, but sporadic. But at least this time I'm seeing some. Pak choy, that's transplants. They're doing fine. This is direct seeded kale. Really good. So here's broccoli transplants. There, some of them I put in yesterday. These right here, and they're coming. There's a little spot for maybe 3 more. Cauliflower here. Again, these were put in before. They're doing all right. Need to hit them with some fertilizer. These were put in yesterday, so they're doing okay. I had some of that grow media that was so small and tiny. I don't know if they'll do, but you know, put them in. This is cabbage, cheese cabbage. So they need a little bit more growing time on this end. I just put these in yesterday. They're small, but see that grow mix that I had, it's real woody, and like I said before, that's not something you want to do seeds in. That doesn't work. Try to go cheap and it's not good. But then here's some other transplants I did earlier this year, a little bit earlier. They're looking real good. There's a Brussels sprout, and then some more small ones I put in yesterday too. So they coming up. They growing. Here's some earlier sprouts I put in, some transplants. So anyway, by and by, the garden at this point okay. I just need to get some time to come in here and keep up with the weeding. The weeding's mostly the problem is in the carrots and then the beets. The rest of the area I can keep it done, but it's hard to do when you direct seed. Everything's coming up, and it's kind of beat the carrots up a little bit, you know, beat them up out of the ground. So how do you pull the grass while you're waiting for the seeds to come up? I don't know. But anyway, it's looking pretty good, especially these rows with the transplants, you know. But anyway, I'll figure it out. I think I'll do the carrots and the beets differently. I'll maybe make a square patch to put them in their own little area next year. But this year, let's see. Who knows? It might turn out all right. All right. Well, that should be the end of this one. Everything looks like it's doing okay. Thanks for watching. One thing I'm dealing with is I still got tons of trash down from when that tropical storm Olga came through. The whole yard's littered with just stuff all over the place, and it's just trash everywhere. I mean, it looks terrible. So I'm trying to get that cleaned up, and that's taking a pretty good long time. If you look, I don't know if it picked it up, but all the way down there, nothing but trash. I done burnt 2 piles almost the size of my house. It's trash. So that's another time consumer. And today, this is the first time I've seen this in a long time. The sky is littered with chemtrails all over, all the way home from work. I mean, it should be beautiful, pure blue skies the day after a cold front. Look at that big swath of, there's one old chemtrail, there's another, there's some wispy clouds from another, there's another over there. Just the whole sky's polluted with them. Why? Why can't I be looking at just a beautiful, pure blue sky right there? When I woke up this morning and I looked at the sky, you could see more stars than you ever see. Especially, you know, how after a cold front comes through. Nope, not this evening. Nothing but clouds.